Hey, what's happening, good people? Hey, I got a question for the Democrats. I want to know if y'all are ready to admit that y'all were wrong yet. Or at least, are you ready to admit that maybe you might have made a mistake? Like maybe what's going on in America right now is exactly what America needs. I really feel like for the first time in my lifetime, I actually see a man in office, a man at the head of the the country and doing things that I agree with as a man. As a man, there are certain things that are just common sense. Like this is a little off topic because this is not what I plan to talk about. But the whole there's only two genders. Like this is that really something that you have to sign an executive order on? Is that not just common sense? But I guess not. Anyhow, so Democrats, are you ready to admit that Trump has already turned out in a 1 month time at that? He's already turned out to be to have done more for us. Now I'm just talking about the taxpaying citizens. As taxpaying citizens, Trump has done more for us in the little time. Now people say, "Hey, has he got the price of groceries down?" I mean, the man only been in for 1 month. I mean, there's certain things you got to put into play to for things to start to improve. I mean, you got to get gas down. The price of groceries go up when the price of gas go up. But anyways, the point to all of this is some people just don't learn. So Mary Coman, who's the CFO of, let me pull this up. She was fired. Mary Coleman is the CFO of FEMA, and she was fired because she went behind, well, she tried to go behind Trump's back. Apparently, she didn't realize how efficient DOGE runs. Apparently, she didn't realize how efficient it ran. So she tried to go behind Trump's back and Doge back and fund $60 million to luxury hotels of FEMA money, which is taxpayer money, to pay these hotels after Trump and Doge had already put a freeze on the money. So in her little fecal mind, she thought she could get this $60 million passed and no one would ever be the wiser. But you have to ask yourself, why was it so important to her that the $60 million get funded? I mean, it's not her money that she's spending, and the money's not going to her, is it? I mean, I wouldn't jeopardize my job trying to make sure somebody got paid money that I wasn't benefiting from. That's neither here nor there. Let me catch you up to speed, and y'all check this out.
As Chief Financial Officer, Mary Coman has been fired for illegally funding migrant luxury hotels in New York City against the orders of Donald Trump. Now, it comes after the Doge team discovered that FEMA sent $59 million last week to luxury hotels in New York City to house illegal migrants, and they were being charged double the normal hotel rate. I mean, this money is supposed to be going to Americans for disaster relief.
And look, I live in New York. I have reported on this issue for months now, and it is staggering just to show you how much strain this new influx of migrants has put on one of the greatest cities in the world. So in the last 2 years, there have been about 200,000 or so immigrants that have come into the city, having been bussed in from red states. The cost of housing and feeding these migrants costs more than all emergency.
Okay, that's enough of that. You can look that up yourself. But the whole point is that she tried to do all this behind Doge and the sitting president's back against orders that they put a freeze on it. Nothing was supposed to be spent. She's the CFO of FEMA. Why would you risk your job to make sure migrants' hotels are paid for? Like, why is that at the top of your? Why is that so important to you that you will risk your job? Or was that like a final payment to herself? Like, was that the last $59 million that was going to be laundered? Well, it came at a cost. She got fired. Um, Again, every day that Trump has been in office. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't agree with everything Trump does, but then I don't agree with everything any president does. But I will say that Trump has done a whole lot that I do agree with and I do approve of. And it does look like he's actually fighting for the American people. And, there's talk of him doing away with income tax and the IRS. And that's something I agree with. I think he should do something about taxes on taxes on homes, because I always wonder how does it make sense that you spend 15 to 30 years paying on your home and you pay it off, but after it's paid off you still got to pay taxes, and your taxes could go up every year, and you could basically be stuck with a house note even after your house is paid off. So I hope that his whole income tax plan would do something about that, because people are 60 and 65 years old, losing a house that they worked half their life to pay off, but they lose it because they can't pay the taxes on it. But why are there taxes on a house that's paid off? I don't know. That's just me. But yeah, so go check that out. That was on USA. So Mary Coleman got her ass fired for being disobedient.